The Children's Advocacy Center of Brevard was established in 1996 to support abused children and families of Brevard County. Known as the CACB, the group is a multi-agency collaboration of the Department of Children and Families, the Child Protection Team of Brevard, otherwise known as the CPT, Office of the State Attorney, Brevard County mental health professionals, and all Brevard County law enforcement agencies, specifically the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, who've had representation on the CAC board since its inception. These groups band together and work for one purpose: to help protect Brevard County children.
It's the only place in Brevard County you can have this done. For the children, that means they can come to a place with a lot less trauma. They're not going to police department to be interviewed. It's an atmosphere that they will feel comfortable in.
In law enforcement, it's very commonly understood that this resource is here, and it's a precious resource to us, and anybody associated with it knows how good it functions and what a wonderful model it is.
A member of the National Children's Alliance and the Florida Network of Children's Advocacy Centers, the CACB was designed to intervene in the most severe cases of child abuse in our county. Unfortunately, the Department of Children and Families and Brevard County law enforcement knows all too well the severity of the thousands of child abuse cases in our community each year.
And we've seen some very egregious activities perpetrated on children. You know, once you've worked in this arena and seen what happens to children and the scars that it can cause on them for years, you stay in this arena. We're here to protect children.
The center provides abused children a safe, non-threatening, friendly environment, a location where the victimized child can discuss what happened.
Yeah, this is a child-friendly facility. It's a building, a home, where we bring these children to encounter a friendly environment as opposed to the sterile hospital environment or threatening police department environment.
With no waiting lists for crisis intervention counseling, the facility provides compassionate, skilled professionals who represent a comprehensive effort to investigate and monitor each child abuse case. The coordinated approach among the multiple agency teams is extremely effective in helping identify false allegations, investigate incidents of coaching, and misperceived reports.
Child abuse investigation is like a puzzle, and it's so complex. Once those cases come into the system, we don't wait for the case to come to us. We're right there with the law enforcement talking to them about the cases.
Also housed within the center is the Child Protection Investigation Unit, the team who is on the front lines to respond to reports of the most egregious abuse, neglect, and abandonment. Working with that investigation unit is the Child Protection Team and the primary service provider to oversee medical examinations, consultations, forensic and specialized interviews, as well as psychological evaluations. Unfortunately, these child abuse evaluations continue to increase in numbers.
The Child Protection Team here in Brevard County did approximately 900 cases last year. Of those cases, 500 had medical exams. There were also medical consultation in addition to that. The cases that come to us are the worst of the worst cases, where there's concern that a child has actually either been physically abused, sexually assaulted, or neglected in such a way that their health is impaired. This increase in number of cases is why we need continued community support for the Children's Advocacy Center in Brevard County.
When a child and their parent or guardian visit the center, they enter a facility staffed with experienced caseworkers and healthcare counselors specifically trained to deal with both sexual and physical abuse, as well as the emotional scars of these children who have been abused. For casework supervisor Jeannie Bondi, she says the children usually know why they are there, though it's extremely important to make them comfortable and relaxed.
Our interviews, forensic interview, is a legally sound interview process, and it's a non-leading, non-suggestive interview.
According to licensed mental health counselor Terry Williamson, most children are abused by somebody they knew, loved, and felt protected by, something that can be quite difficult for the child to talk about, and another reason children advocates are so important.
Because of the circumstances that are completely out of their control. They have no say, no power within themselves to change those circumstances, and so they need an advocate. Because I believe in this work, and often we are the first advocate for them, and they're, as I said, they're able to go on from there and build productive lives. There are times when I know that I've made a difference. Sometimes it's small. Sometimes we are the first person that a child is able to trust because of the abuse that they suffered.
Prior to the advent of advocacy centers, children were treated much more like pieces of evidence, with most required to undergo multiple interviews and medical exams at a hospital or law enforcement environment, actions which can ultimately traumatize a child even further. Officials realized over time that this was an incorrect tactic in approaching victimized children, and there was a great need for child advocacy facilities.
I believe that it is one of the most significant entities within the county. It does bring together the responsible parties that need to do certain things to ensure that the child is protected, that the story is told, that it's documented.
Beal also says community awareness and education is of the utmost importance to the children of this community.
Take it to your spouse's place of employment, your church groups, your children's school, whomever you have contact with. Let them know that there are, unfortunately, child victims in this community, and this is the only place that does what we do.
This organization has existed for many years. They have quietly gone about doing their professional work of protecting our children. We've made the commitment to the community to be here and to have these services available, but we can't do it by ourselves.
Brevard County cannot do without the Children's Advocacy Center, and the Children's Advocacy Center cannot withstand the challenges without the help of the Brevard community.
Important that we have a healthy child, a healthy family, to have a healthy community.
For more information or to schedule a tour of the center, call 321-259-1883 or visit us at 2 Suntree Place off Wickham Road in Melbourne. Additional information can be found at www.cacbrevard.org. The Children's Advocacy Center of Brevard is a nonprofit organization operated on grants and donations in association with Wusthof Health Services. Additional funding for the center is provided in part by the Brevard County Board of Commissioners, the United Way, and the National Children's Alliance. Friends of the Children's Advocacy Center are community members who work as the CAC's fundraising arm, though additional funding for the center is greatly needed.